Good evening, everyone. Good evening from the team WomenAscension. At the moment, this is Mahin Amjad, founder and president, with our speaker and trainer, Mahrukh Rana. And she is certified HRM professional. She is providing strategic human resource services to organizations. She helps organizations with their talent needs through employer branding and promoting positive and inclusive work culture. So in today's session of webinar, she is going to address and engage us with the power of believing in oneself. Thank you, Mahrukh Rana, for your time. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mahin, for introducing me. So hello, everyone. Hello, and all the incredible people. Mahin has done much of the introduction of me. So yeah, I'm a HRM professional and master's in organizational psychology. And currently, I'm working as a business diversity and inclusion in a textile firm. That I think that's pretty much simple. Let's now start with our topic. So today's topic is about what the power of believing in oneself. I would like you to interact with me. That will be more good for me to understand that you're getting what I'm trying to say. I want to know from you guys. Like to tell me in chat, like, what do you understand by it? The word self-efficacy. Have you ever heard it before? Do you know that what is the concept? Anyone in the chat? Well, the word self-efficacy, I would like much to talk about this concept. The self-efficacy is the term that we use in a very professional way. The real meaning in a simple word is that you have a belief in your capabilities. You have the belief that you're capable of achieving a task. So let me go through that what we will be learning in this session. It's like we will be discussing that what actually the self-efficacy is and what are your importance of your own thought, your own mindset, your cognition in improving the self-efficacy and how actually it can help you to advance in your career, in your life. And we will touch on in what the imposter syndrome is. We will do a bit of one NLP exercise. And then we will discuss how was the training. So let us just start with it. So basically talking about, like Mahin said, that not much, that yeah, we haven't heard about the words like self-efficacy, what about means actually about it, the believing in oneself. So if I like to explain what it is like individuals' own belief that how much a person is capable of performing a certain task. The level of a person's confidence that one about how much you're confident that I'm capable of achieving the task. The one thing I want you to notice here is it's not itself about the performance at the task. What it is actually is, it comes much before than performing the task. It is when you are asked for opportunity. It is when you are asked for a challenge that we are going to hand you a certain challenge, a certain project, or you just come to know that there is some opportunity. What are your first thoughts about it? That do you just inhibit yourself and say, oh, I don't know how to do it, so I should not take the initiative? Or either what is going into your mind that I can actually do this? This is that before performing the task, what goes into your mind that you are capable of doing the task. Let me give you an example. For example, you're working in an office and there is a new project and your manager says that you are the one who is going to do it and you don't know pretty much about it, what you are going to do. So it's your belief about that I can do a certain thing. This is what about the concept of self-efficacy is that your own thought process and your own belief in you, that what is a self-efficacy and why we are discussing it actually. It is very important. In our word, if we see, the researchers show the people who are actually good with self-efficacy, they do good in their life and they do more on their even careers and generally in their life and well-being. Why? Because what I tell you is all that starts here is our mind. We always very underestimate the importance and the power of our mind. All starts, what I say is here. And trust me, you are the one who is capable to control your mind. And your mind is in your control. But the difference is that we don't actually train our mind. So the importance of to understand the cognition is that most of the time we think that there is just a situation and a person and person is responding to the situation. No, it is not like this always. But not what where we just missed out is this thing, the cognitions and what is going in our head before responding to a situation. That's very important. Here, that's why the importance of actually the self-talk is very important. When I say that the whatever the concepts we are discussing today are the concepts that we can actually better. We can learn on them. These are not the things that maybe at this point, at some of you, the people of you are not having at a very good level of the self-efficacy. Like if I ask you, if I ask you, whenever you are being challenged, or there is some opportunity, what do you do? What is your first response to the opportunity? That are you going to do that, and what is actually going in your head? For example, let me put a simple example that you are going to present something. There is some presentation, or there is just a simple small talk. Let's keep it simple, not in the terms of career. You are just going to address on your friend's wedding. What are the thoughts going into your mind? That's important. So here we think that there is a situation and we human beings just respond. No, before response, but we think that actually translates so much into our response. For example, I have get a setback in my life. For example, I have gotten with a breakup or what, or I have lost my job. For example, that one day I just received a termination letter. I said that I have lost my job. So my response depending on what I'm thinking at that time. I'm thinking that it can be very good for me. I have the capability, I have the right skill. Even if I don't have the right skill, I have the capability to learn those skills. If these are the thoughts, then definitely my response is going to be much different than if I think that, oh, I'm a big failure. This is what the devastating thing has happened, and this is the end of the world. At that time, of course, my response will be very, very different. Yeah, Neelam, you are asking that how we can improve our self-efficacy. It is going to come next. That yes, how can? But like I have said, that these are the things that we can learn, that how we can improve it. Definitely, we are going to discuss it later on. So first of all, we need to establish that the importance of actually the self-talk. Most of the time, I have heard from the people that people are not accepting us. People are not accepting us. They are not approving us the way we are. But when I actually ask them, do you accept yourself? Do you approve yourself? This is much important. This is much important before thinking that people are going to accept yourself. It is all starts within you. It all starts within you, that how much you accept the way you are, because no one is perfect. Everyone has their own flaws. The point is how much yourself, how you can improve on it, and how the cycle works basically. First of all, you approve yourself. You sit down and say, yes, I accept that despite of having some failure, despite of having some flaws, despite of having some strengths and weakness, yes, I accept myself. How this will engage you in a positive self-talk. And this positive self-talk actually increase your self-worth. And then if eventually the performance and the results are better. And when the performance and the results are better, the cycle repeats. That of course, then now you have a proof as well. Yeah, I was just not thinking. I have a proof that I performed well. So you become more acceptance. Your self acceptance increases, and this is how important the self talk is. For example, if I tell you, before going to like anywhere, if you spend 5 minutes in front of mirror and say, I'm going to rock this, I'm really going to, so trust me, your body language will change, because your mind is suggesting you that you have it, you can do it. So whenever it's your body language will actually change. We actually will I want you all to try this just with me right away. What I want you to do is pick up your phones, open a front camera. I really want you to do this with me. Open the front camera. Just look at the person, the incredible person in front of you. Look, have a breath, and say, hey, you know what? You are amazing. I want you to try this and share what you have felt in a moment when you're saying that and or afterwards. I actually want people to try this. Actually, why I'm stressing so much onto this is like it actually happens. It actually happens within our mind. It's like starts with the cognition. The researches and the science behind the psychology says, first of all, you think what you think, your mind suggests it to your body responds to that. If you are saying that I am fearful, so your body will be starting sending the signal of anxiety and awe. And if same, for example, let me give you an example. Like you're going for a presentation and you are saying to yourself, I'm nervous. I am nervous, and I think I'm going to do bad. So your body will start preparing for a fight or flight symptoms like anxiety. You will start having fidgeting. You will start having sweating. So these are the same. Similarly, if you're saying no, I'm nervous, but if you're saying I'm excited, your body will signal the same symptom differently to you. It will rush adrenaline to you that you are excited about it. So whatever you say, your mind say, your body start behaving like this, and this start translating into your actions actually. So talking about much of the significance, why it's so important is like high level of self-efficacy basically enhances that one person's feeling of personal well-being. The persons who are good with self-efficacy, they are more resilient. Resilience means like when they are have setbacks in life, because there are many ups and downs in life. You are just heading a smooth life, and suddenly there can be a really devastating things happening, like and like you may get lost, you may get failures, you may get breakups, you may lose your loved ones. So the people who have the better self-efficacy and they think that they have the ability to overpower things and overcome the things, they actually are good at accomplishing in on life, and they stay actually calm. They actually stay calm in the situation. Why do they stay calm? Basically, they stay calm because they know this situation does not define them, and they have the resources within themselves to overcome the situations. So that's why the high efficacy is leads to the more good performances. But the drawback is the people who don't actually have good sense of self-efficacy. They have low confidence, and of course they lack in many situations. They lose more. How? That whenever they, and trust me, life gives you this so many opportunities. It actually do on daily basis even. But the people with who have this less sense of believing. What they do, they late acting on at the right time because they waste time in self-doubting. So here the question the Neelam has asked that how we can increase our self-efficacy. So the situations, one that I already have mentioned, the power of your own self-talk is very much important on daily basis. How you address to yourself, how you converse with yourself. Do you give yourself some time? Do you give yourself some time to sit back and think who I am? You can actually do it right away. Take 2 minutes, take out paper and pen if you have, or you can use your laptops or phones and write. My 3 strengths, who I am actually. So basically, again the question is that what are the techniques to improve the self-efficacy? Yeah, Muniza, the one of the technique I'm just sharing, one of them is like positive self-talk that matters so much, that take 5 minutes of the day, write on the paper and pencil your strengths. What we do most of the time is we focus much on the weaknesses. We focus less on our strengths. Okay, so one of the method or the technique you can use is taking out 10 minutes of day. Write down on paper your strength. Write down what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. Write down what you need to accomplish that, and then start learning about it. Yeah, Neelam, it is. Let me tell you why it sounds like it's not easier is because we have, like, for example, what I say is we have a certain way of dealing with the things by the time our mind is trained to it. For example, if you are in a negative state of mind, let me tell you, for example, if you are in a negative state of mind and your mind is trained on that, what you do is like you don't have to like train your mind and think about negative thoughts. It automatically and by default it thinks about negative thoughts. But yes, it is easy by exercise, by daily exercise, by exercising this thing daily. Like you whatever you are trying to change. For example, let me tell you, just do and clap your hand like this. Do it one more time. Do it like this. Your which thumb is your on the top? Mine is left. Some of you will be right or left. Now do one more thing. Now this time, try to put your other thumb on the upper side. Let me tell you. What was that? The first reaction was your default or the by default thumb was on the upper side. But on next time, when I have said that now doing some effort and put the non-preferred thumb on the upper hand, it took some time. It took some conscious effort. This is how when we try to change something, we have to put some conscious effort in that. This is one important is the self-talk. We have to engage in positive self-talk. In this way, we can improve our self-efficacy. The second thing what we can do is enactive mastery. What it is, what if you want to feel more confident on something, start mastering that thing. Start learning about that thing. If I share my experience with you, when I was offered my current job in diversity and inclusion, I haven't worked in diversity and inclusion before that. I accepted the job offer, but what I did afterwards, in my notice period time, I started doing courses on diversity, on inclusion, on employee engagement. So it made me more confident that, oh, okay, Now I can perform the job. So to feel more confident, the one thing is you can do is whatever you want to do. If at the moment you don't know how to do it, start mastering in it. Start learning it more and more. This is how one way you will start feeling more confident on something. Because what I say that if for saying, say, okay, you have nothing, you have no skill, you have no capability, but one thing everyone has, every human being has, is the capacity to learn. One thing every human being has is the capacity to learn. So the one way to improve the self-efficacy is to mastering the things that you to feel more confidence. Like if you want to talk about politics and you want to feel confident on your skin, start reading about it, start searching on the things. So this is how you feel more powered, more confident. The second way is vicarious learning. One other way that you can improve your self-efficacy is by observing others. So how it comes by observing people doing the same thing gives you the more confidence that, okay, the people who are similar to us, for example, who are similar in our gender, in our age, and we see them accomplishing the things. Here comes the role of why people are so much into motivational speaking and people listen too much to us motivational speakers. Why? Because it gives the confidence that if a person despite of so much hurdles and so much hardships, if one person can achieve this and putting example in front of you, then you feel more confident. Okay, if this person is doing this, I can also do it. Let me just tell you a simple examples. Like if a person is making a dish is cooking. Okay, you don't know how to do it, but if you're seeing person doing it, you next time feel confident. Okay, I can also do it. You can do it. So you can learn from others as well. Find mentors, find some people who are working in the fields that you want to work. Find the examples. This helps you to increase self. So here Neelam, the timeline. What I always say that every reel is different. You have to set your own timeline. You have to set your own timeline. You have to progress, measure your progress. Like for me, you can write down, make a journal. You can make a realistic goal. You can decide a long-term goal that this is what I'm going to achieve. That's very important. So you can measure your results against those goals. So you need to decide your timeline because every person has different timeline. I'm the one to push you towards something. It's like you have to, like I say, it all starts with it. Yeah, for example, if you want, like I have this guitar, okay, I want to learn it. Okay, I actually want to learn it. It's onto me. It's me that I will say that I want to play this tone. This is the goal. This is one goal that I have set it down. Then you can make the dinner that this day I will practice for 10 minutes. Next day I will measure this. So it will actually give you encouragement as well. So you decide your own timeline. So verbal, then the next things come the verbal persuasion, but you can also help others to build in their self-confidence, to build in their beliefs in themselves through verbal persuasion. That matters so much. Have you ever that feeling so down and a friend comes and say what happens? You tell that today was a presentation that went very bad. So how it comes, they tell you, they know you, they tell you no, that was one day, but you are much capable of doing things. So just telling people that they are capable, we believe in you, it matters so much. You help them to increase, and similarly, but not only others, you can help yourself to do it as well. And do we message the ones who pushes us to one person? Yeah, this is what we need. But listen, when you say, yeah, we need to do it for others, obviously, without a doubt. But what I say is, first of all, we have to do it ourselves. First of all, well, I always listen to the people, do for others, and do for others. That you have to become like for others. But what I always say, if you don't have resources within yourself, then you can't give anything to the others. So yeah, of course, that's very important. You can contribute to other person's life by verbally pursuing them and telling them that actually it's a phase of life. You will get over it. That's the one thing. But first you need to do it for yourself. Then of course you will help other out onto that. And then what I want to discuss is about the imposter syndrome. The imposter syndrome is actually the opposite of self-efficacy and believing in oneself. And nowadays, research shows that most of the people are going through it, be it younger generation, and our millennials are actually going through it much more. And what it is about doubting one's own capabilities, feeling of being not good enough, doubting one's self-efficacy. And it is not, I'm talking, let me explain you, like self-efficacy is not self-delusion, basically. It is like you know that you lack something and you are ready to improve it. So in imposter syndrome, what happens is the people, even if they can do something, still they underestimate themselves. And this is what we actually do most of the time. When things come up, we think that we are not capable of this challenge. We are not capable to perform this job. And being a HR professional, let me tell you, I have observed the people working with me. People are really, really, really capable, because what I tell them, I don't know how many of you here are working, but always what I tell the people, if you are hired for a job, then definitely you possess the right skill and credential. That's why you are hired. No company is going to waste money on some unuseful resource. So, but they have, but just because of doubting themselves, they miss so much opportunities. So here are some of the ways to cope with this vicious cycle, the vicious syndrome that we call imposter syndrome. Here are the ways that how you can come up through it is like, no, first of all, know the signs. You should know that you are going through an imposter syndrome at the moment. For example, what are the signs that you will be saying, I'm not good enough, I don't have the right skills, and no, I can't do this. These are the signs. When you have these signs, be vigilant. Then understand that you're not alone. Don't think that I'm the only one who is going through this. No, people around the world are going through this. So understand that it happens. Then distinguish humility and fear. What is it? It's good to be humble. It's good not to be overconfident. It's good not to be delusional about your capabilities, but you have to differentiate between humility and fear. Like you can see, when you're saying that I cannot do this, are you being humble, or are you caught by fear of unknown? Are you fearful or humble? Sit down and decide it, and then let go of perfectionism. Most of the time, we miss so much by saying that perfectionism. What we try to do, we don't step on the first step thinking that we will only step on the 100th one when we are capable of doing that. No, this is not the things go. You first have to step on the first step to reach the 100th one. So perfectionism, it was summertime we say, no, we are not perfect enough. You have to let go of this thing that you have to be perfect. No, you just have to get started at least. So talking about professionalism, I really want to mention that we women are more prone to this thing, be perfect, because society has put so much onto it. Like you say, they will say that we are great. Like in some cultures, in some religions, they are think that women are goddess, they are pure. Like if I talk about Islam, they will say that heaven is under mother's feet. So that's why we are not allowed to make mistakes. We are not allowed to have flaws. So this thing, what I tell you, that the researchers shares, the studies share that when there is a job posting, when there is a job ad, women only apply to the job if there is 100% match of their credentials, their skills, their experience to what is listed in the job ad in terms of job description, job specification. Women only apply if there is 100% match. But what men do, men apply to the job even if there is 60% match between what their actual credentials are and what is actually listed on the job ad. So here it comes. I want you to understand its importance, that women think more on perfectionism, that if only if we are matching 100%, no, don't reject yourself. Apply to that job. But even if there is a match of 60%, that this is important. This is important. Do not self-reject. At least give yourself a chance. Then be kind to yourself. This is so much important. The importance is that we always say that we need to be kind to other people. Yes, we do. We need to be kind to people and to all the creatures in general. But first of all, we need to be kind to our own self. We need to give ourselves the space to breathe and to say, okay, I'm a human being and I am allowed to make mistakes. This is how we learn. So be kind to yourself. We become kind to others, but most of the time we are so much harsh on our own self. There is one setback in life and we say, oh, it's all our fault, it's our mistakes. So be kind to yourself. Then second, track your success. As I already have mentioned, that how you can overcome the imposter syndrome, track your success. That yesterday I was doing this, after a week I'm here. So it's not like when this time when you're tracking your success, your negative thoughts will not overpower you. And then talk with your mentor or the manager. That's also important. Find some friends, find mentors. When you are facing self-doubts, just go to them, discuss. Most of what we do, we don't share, we don't speak up. This is important. We just keep thinking to ourselves and keeping things, and we just shut ourselves in some shell. Come out of that. If you are not getting the answers, go talk to someone, some friend, some mentors, some teacher, and tell them that these are the things, these are the feelings I'm going through. Trust me, they will suggest you. They know you better in a way that they have seen you growing. So they will tell you that it happens to them as well. This word, this knowing that we are not alone, helps us so much to come out of the things. Then say yes to opportunities. Say yes to opportunities is so much important in your life. As I already have mentioned, that there are opportunities all the time. When in my case, I start doubting myself after with my previous values. Yeah, of course. You will be having challenge at the work as well. Like if there is this constant, you think that you are working in a culture where the people are making you to doubt yourself constantly. Yeah, of course, you are not at the right place. This is the same thing why I stress so much and start on self-talk and self-living is this. This is first you, if you know your worth, then other person cannot put you down. They will try, definitely they will try. But of course, when you know your worth yourself, they will not succeed in it. So that's why, yes, where you are working, the culture is what matters important. Your mental health is priority and above any salary. So, and this is why it is not, I'm saying it for saying or for like, I don't know, I'm not trying to be cliche. It's what it is, I can say is, why it's strong is like when you are constantly not at peace, you are fighting unnecessary feelings and emotions on daily basis, you will be left with low energy to perform actually on the job and the task. That's why it's not good for you. So now, okay, coming back to the topic, then how you can overpower the imposter syndrome is embracing the feeling. That's important. Most of the time we try to shun the emotions and shun the feelings. Oh, I'm not feeling depressed. Oh, I'm not feeling upset. So this, the first thing you can do in order to deal with the feelings, to deal with the emotions, is to accept them, embrace them. Embrace the feeling, okay, I'm going through self-doubt. Okay, I am feeling some kind of doubts, some I'm not feeling confused. Build up your emotional vocabulary. First, embrace it, then you will be able to deal with it. But with your paying attention to the things, you are definitely capable of dealing with it. Okay, so now I want to share one of our NLP exercise with you that you can practice to improve the things. Let me share the science behind this exercise. So basically, what I say is you can train your mind. You can actually suggest your mind. Once you are succeeded in suggesting your mind to do something, your body start behaving like that. And it's like self-serving bias. You have heard that when you are thinking to do something, your body, you start behaving like that because on unconscious level, your mind is suggesting to do that. So what is you can do is there's an exercise that actually works. It is tested within the clinical setting. Is you can choose first you have to choose a statement. For example, I have chosen a statement: every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. This is a statement. And what you have to do, you have to repeat this statement 21 times, twice a day for 21 days. So how you let me tell you how you have to do it. You have to do it before going to sleep and after waking up. Before going to sleep, like lights are off, you have to put your phone aside and you're relaxing. Now you are just going to sleep. Then you have to say 21 times every day in every way. I'm getting better and better. This is one time you have to do it. And after waking up, you have, when you have just woke up from sleep, you haven't touched your phone, you just woke up, you have to repeat every day in every way. I am getting better and better. And you have to do this exercise for 21 days. What's the rationale behind it is when you are going to sleep and when you're waking up, your unconscious mind is more active than your conscious mind. And when what you're suggesting, it is being registered. Rani, just give me a second. It is being registered on your unconscious mind. And if you're practicing this exercise for 21 days, it will start translating into your action. Everyone can choose their own statement depending on your situation. For example, if you're dealing with some kind of health issues or some kind of pain, you may say that every day, every way, my pain is fine. It helps you to deal with the pain. It actually gives you the energy to deal with the things. Sometimes we are not overcoming the things because we don't have the energy. The worst part of using what to do, it should. Yeah, Hadri, yeah. Similarly, see, Hadri, you have said it right. Yeah, the people try to put you down. That's the reality. But that's what I always say is like, I have gone through in my life so much. And what I have learned next 5 years. I mentioned that between stimulus and response, we miss ourselves, the organism, the power of us within us to control the situation. So this is, yeah, people are going to be mean. They shouldn't be. But reality is you can't do anything about them. So that's why in the start, I stress so much upon building your own resources, building your own confidence and building your self-belief into yourself. You have to believe yourself first. If you believe yourself more, then what the other person is saying isn't going to much affect you, because you know this is not the reality. No reality. You have the resources to check the reality. You have the resources within yourself to overcome. That's why the self-efficacy is important. Okay, so and in the end, Rani, I will take you after this. And I very much give it, and be sure you are incredible and be confident, unlock your potential, keep smiling and keep shining. Yes, you may give mic to the Rani.
Yes, ma'am. I have a question that we are not, doing things in practical. We are, totally based on, theory. So how we can, try to do things more practical. Like our education system is totally theory based. So how we can't do, too much practical things. So it creates lack of confidence. It creates depression, as I did when we go anywhere. We have lack of confidence. We can't, face people. We can't try to, present our potential that we have, but we can't do. It's because of anxiety. It's because of shyness. So how we can overcome these issues, please?
Yeah. So let me repeat, Rani, what I understood is that you are asking that how we can overcome our anxiety because you think that your education system is not providing you the enough practical, so you lack the confidence in that. Is it?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. So yeah. So like I have already mentioned, of course, when you don't have the right situation, you feel a bit yet I'm lacking. So here clearly you have mentioned that you are lacking on practicals. That's why when you're talking with the people who have the practical as well, so you are, that creates the anxiety. Oh, I cannot do it. So like I have mentioned that you can overcome is by mastering it. Like I know there will be hurdles that your university is not teaching it, they should be, but find out what you can do, because nowadays it's not actually difficult to do the things. Find other ways around, like how you can do practical. Is there a way that you can have some join some other mentor, some other tuitions or something? That the other thing is, like I said, the self-efficacy. You have to master the things to feel more confident in your skin.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Got it.
Okay, you're welcome. Do we have any other questions? Hello. Yeah, if we do have any other questions, I'm glad to answer. Okay, I think that I'm much pretty done with what I wanted to tell all of you. The thing is, I know that these kind of topics, like if we talk about self-efficacy, if we talk about how to regulate our emotions, they need our time. They need your conscious effort. They actually need your conscious effort, because certain where you have developed a lifestyle. but now you have to change it. You need some certain efforts, and it's a lot. It takes more such trainings, and it takes more yourself effort. So till now, and the time I have, I'm pretty done with it, and I'm happy to answer if you any of you want to interact or have any questions. Okay, so I have time. There was a question by Talha, how to control anger in easy way. So the easiest way I can tell you, Talha, is to give some time between what has happened. Give some time to think about, is this situation important? Is this going to matter for next even 5 days or 5 years? And then think about the other ways to respond to a situation. This is the easiest way to spacing yourself from the situation, not responding then and there. First, let your emotions calm down and then respond. You are welcome, Neelam. So Maheen, how we go from here now?
Thank you, Mahrukh. It was a lovely session, and I hope our community has learned something out of it, and they will practice, including myself. I've learned a bit from you as well, so I have noted down my practice sheet as well. So thank you, Mahrukh. And
Yeah.
I personally hope to catch you next month. And we are really excited to have you on board. So thank you, Mahrukh, very much. And yeah, we thoroughly
Thank you,
enjoyed the
Maheen.
session. All right. So thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Mahrukh. Hope to catch you all later. Take care. Thank you.
Take care, everyone. Take care, everyone.